Hello and welcome to this flip through of MILLIE MAROTTA's latest coloring book, Woodland Wild. This is the UK version, published by Betsford. There is a Swedish edition here in Sweden as well, called I skogens glänta, utgiven av Tukan förlag. The paper is said to be the same in both books. This book starts with a letter from Millie, telling about the book and the idea behind it. And it starts with a rabbit. So as you can hear in the title, Woodland Wild, it is a book from different parts of the world, but the theme is woodlands, so it's animals and trees and plants and seeds and stuff like that. So here we have deers, followed by this spread with two birds, and one of them is this lovely peacock, Indian peafowl. I had to Google it. Very beautiful colors. There is an index in the end of the book where you can read about all the flowers, all the plants and all the animals. I actually thought we didn't have these in Sweden, and especially not up here where I live, but I have found out I was wrong. I haven't seen one myself, but I have seen pictures of them in the town where I live. And here we have some details from a ginkgo, a kind of tree. And a double spread. I know some people are afraid of snakes. I am as well, but I can look at this picture and I can imagine color it. But it's a huge one on a double spread. And here we have two different birds. And as you can see, this bird is much less decorated. This one has a lot more patterns. You recognize Millie's style here with beautiful pictures with a lot of details. So you can either kind of ignore them and just color them over, or you can do like Millie does like on the cover and just color some of them or color them individually, all of the areas. But she explains in the introduction that she have left some pictures less embellished, so we can do that ourselves. So this is one bird that you, if you want to, can doodle yourself and put in all of the embellishments you want to. So that's why one of the pages are less detailed. Here we have different ferns I have read in the index. And here is a Eurasian wren. Fox in its den, and this one is actually a little bit difficult to see what it is when you just see the line art. This is one of those pages where maybe it starts to come alive and be more visible when you start to color it and separate things from each other, but it's actually fireflies. So here is the firefly. Another big double spread, and it's very fitting because this is an Indian giant squirrel. I mean, you don't need to color pictures in coloring books realistic, but I know some people like to do that, and in this case it's really cool to Google and see that they are kind of rainbow colored. Extremely cool squirrels. So you can learn a lot by reading and Googling about the animals in this book. Here we have a big beetle and two birds surrounded by hazel catkins. Moths. And you can see that these are less detailed, so it's also a page where you can draw in your own details if you want to. Here we have wild berries. I immediately recognize wild strawberries. And a polecat. Two pictures of flowers, woodland flowers. A little owl. And figs. Leaves, seeds and catkins is the name of this page. And I think this is coffee seeds. A big snail. So I'm not sure how to color these pages. I have been a bit intimidated by Millie's style. It is so beautiful, but I don't know how to color them. But I have seen so many beautiful versions, so I will go to Instagram and search for inspiration pictures before I start coloring in this one. A detail page and a less detailed page. When it comes to line art, it's always a totally different experience when it comes to lie with colors, but especially I think with Millie's books, as it can be a little bit tricky sometimes to see what it is before you start to color. Here it's actually crabs. Can you see it? Here's the arms and the body and the legs. So there are 3 of them on this page. And here we have, can you see the animals? They are called Austin's palm civet, and they live in Vietnam, northern Laos and southern China, Wikipedia says. So I have had a lot of fun when I researched this flip through, and it's a good opportunity to learn more about the nature around us. 2 big birds, a common raven and a Eurasian hoopoe. Eucalyptus. I am a little bit terrified about big insects, and this is as big as my hand and it has these big tentacles, and I know they have a beautiful sound, these crickets, but I'm kind of scared of it, but I know this will not jump out of the page. And here we have an Alpine Newt. Lemurs. Maybe it's a good reason to rewatch the Madagascar animated movie. It's so funny, I think. And this is more detailed and this is less, as you can see. So we can do our own patterns if we want to. Ooh, a spider. Sorry. I think it can be very beautiful colored in. And someone told me she had done a spider in another book in rainbow colors, and then it looked more like a toy, more cute. So maybe that will be something for me. Cherry blossoms. And here we have this big bird. Tjäder in Swedish. I've seen this when I was a kid, when my family usually went by car and searching for animals in the springs. Butterfly. And of course we can color it however we want to, but I had to Google it and look. So beautiful. On this page we have a pacarana, which is a strongly threatened animal, a rare and slow-moving South American rodent. And here again, one more patterned and less patterned. Lynx. and this almost wallpaper-like picture has fire salamanders in the pattern, which is a really cool and speckled lizard. A female elk, I think, and a male elk in a forest. This could be here in Sweden. A cannonball tree, part of it, and two frogs. A gecko and a Chinese water dragon. And this butterfly is called pale green owlet, and I had to Google it. Also a very cool butterfly with striped wings. And a Guyana toucanet, a species of bird found in the northeastern Amazon rainforest, apparently. So some of this information, like the names of them, both in English and Latin, you can see in the index at the end. The rest of it, the history, I have Googled. These insects are so cool. Feather-horned beetles, you can see they have feather horns. Hedgehog. These are some kind of stink bugs. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's almost like a mandala. Trees. A skunk and a Bengal tiger. And these are called broad-bordered bee hawk moth. And I don't really like moths, but this one is really beautiful. I have Googled it and its wings are almost translucent. I don't know, can you see that? With a red-brown frame. A ladybug called eyed ladybug. And wild boars. I guess you'd immediately recognize this as a wolf, which it is. And from a distance this almost looked like a skull, I think, with the eyes and nose, but it is not. It's something called autograph tree seed pots. So this could be really nice with colors. Here we have a big flightless parrot from New Zealand and a monkey called Debrassa's monkey. So this monkey, when I Google it, it looks like this. So you can color your pictures however, but in this book I thought it was really nice to Google and get some ideas of how they really look and maybe some inspiration for colors. Chipmunks, one very detailed and one with less details. A spread with magnolias and birds. A Kirk's dik-dik, a kind of antelope you can find in some African countries, and mushrooms. And if you know me, you know I like to pick mushrooms in the autumn, and this looks almost like one I found this year, very delicious, but this is black trumpet. The one I have picked is funnel chanterelle. They are quite similar. A bumblebee and birds. And that was the last picture, because now is the list of creatures in Woodland Wild. in order of appearance. You can read what you are coloring and what's on the page if you want to. And in the end, something very good. Test pages, empty pages for testing your color palettes and materials. That was the end. So thank you so much for watching this flip through. See you in next video.